Good morning, dear students. I, Amrita Henry, is going to continue with the chapter which we were discussing last time, that is the First War of Independence or the Revolt of 1857. So, last time we were discussing about the various causes which has led to the revolt of 1857, in which the first cause which we have already discussed, that is the political cause, in that policy of expansion. Now rest of the points of political causes which we are going to discuss it today. So the first point in that is the treatment given to Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib, as we know, was the adopted son of Peshwa Baji Rao, who was also the last Peshwa who was ruling in India. Peshwa Baji Rao was working under the protection of the company. Company here is British East India Company. And later on there was an announcement made by the company that after the death of Peshwa Baji Rao, his son, that as he was the adopted son, Nana Sahib, he will not be allowed to get any pension from the Britishers. Now, such an announcement disheartened the people, those who followed the Peshwas, and it made angry Nana Sahib also and made him against of the Britishers. So that was one of the reasons which brought the hostility among the ruling classes. Similarly to Nana Sahib, Bahadur Shah Zafar was also was working under the British East India Company, and he was the last Mughal emperor. There were majorly two announcements were made by the governor generals of at that time, which has seriously hurted the sentiments of the Mughals as well as the Muslim people, those who were living in the country. The first announcement which was made, that was made by Lord Dalhousie in 1849, that the successors of Bahadur Shah Zafar will not be allowed to use their palace Red Fort as place to live in. Rather, they will be asked to shift from Red Fort to a place near to Qutub Minar. So you can imagine, children, the place which was made by the Mughals themselves, Red Fort, which was made by Shah Jahan. Today, the day has come when the Britishers were forcing Mughals only to leave the palaces for the Britishers. So, a palace which was made by the Mughals were not allowed to use it by themselves. Now, the next point which will come under this, that is the announcement which was made by Lord Canning. According to Lord Canning, after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, his successors will not be allowed to use the imperial titles. The titles, and now they can only use the imperial titles such as the prince. They cannot call themselves as king, but they can only call themselves as the prince. So now the next point, that is the absentee sovereignty of the British. As we know, the Britishers were ruling our country from England. The main administration or the main guidelines which were coming to India was from England. So previously, the rulers, those who conquered India, like if we take an examples of Mughals, so, with the course of time, these Mughals or the other people, those who have attacked or conquered India, they have settled in India, and the revenue of India was used to be collected by the Indians and used to be utilized on the Indians itself. But now the situation was changed, that Britishers were collecting the revenues from Indians, but they were not using those revenues in India itself. Rather, the money was spent or it was sent to England, and the previously the money which could be utilized for the welfare of the people of India was not being used properly to fulfill the needs of the people or to provide them basic amenities. So that was the political cause which has brought lot of resentment among the people or made many people against the Britishers. Now we'll switch to the other cause, that is the socio-religious cause. Socio-religious, as the word suggests, socio is taken from the word social, and religious, as we know, it is related to religion. So here some points are there which was overlapping to society, as well as it was correlated to religion. So in this context, the first point which we'll discuss, that is the interference with social customs. So we have seen that Britishers, though have some tried to bring some changes in the society of India, but from the religious aspect, people have misunderstood those, and they showed their anger against the Britishers, like the changes which they have made: abolishment of sati, widow remarriage act, and opening of Western education for girls. Now, abolishment of sati. As we all are aware of the sati, we know that an act was made in 1829 with the initiative of Lord William Bentinck as well as Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Both of them have worked very hard to bring the abolishment of the sati in our society. But this particular change was not accepted by the Indian society. Similarly, the change which was brought by Vidyasagar, Ishwarchand Vidyasagar, through Widow Remarriage Act was also not accepted by the people. And even the thing which was done for the welfare of the people, such as introduction of the Western education for the girls, like first the important thing, that is the girl education, and that too the Western education, both was disliked by the Indian people, because they felt at that time that it was against of their social belief and the social customs. Now the next point comes under it, that is the apprehensions about modern innovations. So though some points or the certain things which were done by the Britishers was for the welfare of the Indians, but still we have misinterpreted it, such as there were some rumors which were spreading among the people regarding the modern innovations which was done, like in telegraph poles. Like people used to think that telegraph poles which are erected by the Britishers, that are made to hang the people on them. Now that's something which was not good for the people to be understood, as though the telegraph poles was erected to have a communication between one place to another place, but it was misunderstood by the people or misinterpreted by the people. Same thing goes with the railway compartments, introduction of railways. As we know, in the year 1853, by Lord Dalhousie, introduction of railways was made, and the first railway, it started from Mumbai to Thane. The route was Mumbai to Thane. So the railway compartments, according to this, Indians thought that Britishers are introducing these trains or these railways so that the people of higher caste society or the lower caste society can sit together. So if higher caste society and the lower caste society are sitting together, so it will bring defect to the religion, or it is going to spoil the religion. Why? Because we had the caste system in our country existing at that time, and people did not like an upper caste society person should sit next to the lower caste society. So like this, many changes which were made by the Britishers was misunderstood by the Indians. Third point, that is the policy of racial discrimination. So now here we have seen that through various examples and through various points, we know that Britishers were doing the racial discrimination, because Britishers felt that they are the superiors, they belong to the superior race, and the Indians belong to the inferior race. So, therefore, they have adopted the policy of racial discrimination to provide any facility for any appointment or providing any salary or anything. Everywhere, the policy of racial discrimination was followed by the Britishers. Now, corruption in administration. Rich were allowed to go away after the crime, but the poor were looted, oppressed, and tortured, as it is done today, even. The corruption existed at that time also. And corruption was in such a way, as we know, rich can easily go away with the crime, but who is always caught? Always the poor, who is always tortured and oppressed. So, such things was existing at that time also. So here the resentment was done, resentment or anger we could find in the poor people, because they were only oppressed and they were only tortured. Activities of missionaries, as we know, Britishers and even many foreigners, those who came in India for some mission work. Mission is here related to the religious work. So, Indians thought that the government was supporting these missionaries to convert Indians or to convert the people of India to Christianity. As missionaries, when they came to India, they did some things for the welfare of the people, and somewhere they were correct also. Some conversions were also made, but they thought that basically they have come to India just to convert those people to the Christianity. Now, here comes the sixth point, that is the fears regarding Western education. So, again, Indians saw it an attempt to discourage Islamic and Hindu studies. Basically, Indians thought that the Britishers wanted to spoil the culture of India. Therefore, they are against of Islamic as well as Hindu studies. And Britishers are trying to introduce the Western education. Why? Because they want to make the people convert to Christians. So they started suspecting that the aim of Western education was not to promote literature and science, but to encourage their children to become Christians. So that was the thinking of the people of that time. And next point, that is the taxing religious places. Previously, religious places such as temples and mosques were exempted from taxation by the former rulers. But now, according to the new policy, the taxation was to be made for these places also, which actually hurted the sentiments of the Indians. Now, last point, that is the law of property. According to the Religious Disabilities Act, which was introduced in 1850, it changed the Hindu law of property. According to this, it enabled a convert from Hinduism to other religion to inherit the property of his father. If a person was not having a proper paper or proper document regarding their property or land, so if they convert themselves to Christians, or if they convert themselves from being Hindu to some other religion, then they could inherit their ancestral property or their personal property which they have. So that was the law of property. Thank you, children. Now, next of the rest of the causes we'll be discussing in the next video.